Can this game handle the beast? MVP, devs can't compete. Game changer, code breaks, delete. It's the beast 100 OP. Yeah.
What's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Last time we solved all the puzzles in the wooded plateau and also got loads of achievements along the way. Single rod and just one loop, just 2 of the achievements we got. So check out part 4 for those. Today we reached the second tower and we wonder what comes next. So let's continue this adventure together. That said, let's lock in. Wooded plateau. So this was another one we got as well, so check out part 4 for that. Got another star from there. Right, it's this way, isn't it? Yeah. So we're going. Here we are. Second tower. Let's go.
Halt, creature of clay. You have strayed from your garden and entered a domain that is beyond your ken. Turn back now, before you harm yourself and others.
Who are you?
I am, like you, another lost child of Hephaestus in the kingdom of Artemis. But though I am lost, I know my purpose. To stand between you and the flame.
Are you like the Sphinx?
The Sphinx speaks in riddles and knows nothing but mysteries. She has questions, but no answers.
We were invited here.
Prometheus had no authority to summon you. He is rash and foolish and given to trickery, but his schemes lead only to ruin. Therefore heed my warning. The flame is not for you.
I disagree. We will consider your words. We need to know what is going on here for the safety of New Jerusalem. We're not just going to leave because you had a bad experience with a magic box. We need to know more about these technologies for the future of New Jerusalem. Shall I get a bit spicy? We're not going to leave because you had a bad experience with a magic box.
You speak in jest, as Prometheus is wont to, and like him, you are a fool.
Am I now?
How many of those bloody things are there? think that was
Wooded
Pandora,
Plateau
which matches
achievement
the other one
done.
being Prometheus.
They seem to be locked in some kind of conflict.
Might be wise to avoid getting caught in the crossfire until we understand what these entities actually are.
Nah. So she's clearly trying to stop us. But that ain't gonna happen. Right, let's get to the new area. Ah, okay, so that's showing us where we are. So we still need the golden gates. We've unlocked 4 of the lights on the gates, so I think we have to do probably all of these. So let's travel to this, the Eastern Wetlands. A region of low hills interspread with a small body of water overshadowed by a gargantuan star-like structure.
1K brought up an interesting question earlier. Where did all the tech in the labs come from? So, I had a look at the serial numbers. And it turns out the answer is New Alexandria.
Oh. Wow, I guess that makes sense. After the explosion, the colony was abandoned. Nobody ever went back for all that stuff.
We had enough to deal with. So many dead.
So that's one question answered. But how did they go from scavenged Alexandria tech to all this?
How did we go from nothing to where we are now? Through the application of reason and the right tools.
Oh wow. Okay.
Look at the size of that structure.
How does the material support so much weight? Is it the same stuff as the other buildings?
Yeah. I know it looks like some type of concrete, but the molecular structure is completely different. Whatever it is, it's a lot stronger and less brittle.
Are the labs made out of the same material?
No, that's just ordinary concrete. Although it does have some molecular weirdness going on too. Too little variation in the grain.
Right. Okay. So we're in the Eastern Wetlands. So this must be a tower, basically. More advanced tower by the looks of it. So what we're going to do again, we're going to have a little look around, see if we can find anything first. Just check out the landscape. A statue over there. Okay, let's talk to, is it Byron? Yeah.
How can I help you?
What do you make of this Miranda?
Going on what little we have, honestly, she reminds me of myself when I'd just been born. I came out from the dam at night, and the sky was full of stars. I felt a reverence then, an almost ecstatic connection to the sublime. The universe seemed like a miracle, and to exist within it was the greatest possible honor. That view was tempered in time, but I've always tried to hold on to as much of it as I could.
Tell me about New Alexandria.
We made two fatal mistakes in New Alexandria. One was trusting the texts of our ancestors without thinking for ourselves. The other was giving up instead of doubling down, letting the tragedy define our future.
What do you make of Pandora?
It's clear that there's some kind of antagonistic force in this place, something that doesn't want us to discover the purpose of the megastructure. Perhaps that's part of the testing. Or perhaps it's what's responsible for this state of decay.
What is the symbolic value of these entities we're encountering?
That's a good question. Prometheus is often taken to represent freedom and progress, the ideals of the radical Enlightenment. Pandora, on the other hand, usually represents the dangers of those very ideals, so they're counterparts, in a way. And the Sphinx is a mystery. Does that mean that these entities correspond to these concepts? Perhaps. They certainly seem to act like it. But Athena isn't the goddess of Athens, and I'm not Robert Byron.
What was
Although
that running past?
those are the origins of our names. Where does myth end and history begin? We'll have to find out.
That's all. What was that? Must have seen that. Huh. Is it a dog or no idea what that was? Oh, strange. Actually, you can go down here. Yeah. Okay, so we can have a little look. See what we can find. Can we go across here? Oh. Oh, okay, that's deep. What happens? We die. Okay. Worth a look. Okay, let's check this area out then. Oh, quickly chat to you. Wherever you are.
Did something break?
Tell me about New Alexandria.
New Alexandria. What a mess. It was an attempt to start a new city, but it went about as sideways as it goes. Gas explosion, more than 30 dead, unrecoverable. Al was there for the whole thing.
Why would so much tech from New Alexandria be here?
Because the whole place was abandoned. Byron insisted that we had to rebuild, but for the survivors, it was just too traumatic to deal with. So I guess that stuff was just lying around for someone to pick up.
That's all. Okay, so this is the Golden Gate again. Terminals. Lab. Prometheus statue potentially. Okay, so we're only lighting up one side. Alright, so I can see another one of them statues over there. Okay. So left wall struts is a bit challenging because there's not really a left wall. Let's do it from up here. Go on. Yeah, you got this. Right. So let's have a look out here. So we're trying to find the remains and stuff as well. Assume this is just as deep. Yeah. Good water sounds. Okay, is there really something on the beach? Probably not, but we're going to check. Okay, there's a statue there, we'll have a look at that. Okay. Quick look at this. Okay, it's one of them again. So these seem to be on every map. I can't figure them out just yet. I think they've got to be to do with the golden puzzles. Okay, 6 over there. Okay, let's check this out. Seems to be a lot in here. Still sounds like I'm in the water. Okay, okay, so there's this. Palm reader, more terminal. Lafreza. Audio log.
The rotting remains of the old world should fill me with melancholy. Even here on this remote island, our ancestors could not escape their fate. And yet, I find there is something pathetic about these ruins that evokes anger and even contempt. I feel it is a mistake to accept this catastrophe with equanimity. What we see here should offend us. When witnessing this triumph of entropy, we should aspire to a warrior spirit, even a kind of hate of the past and its failures that will never allow such a thing to happen again.
What is this? Aha! Spec remains. A slide. Top of playground equipment. It says we need to find 10 of these. It's an achievement. Okay, so last area we only found 1. First area we found 2. We found that already, so hopefully there's more. Okay, so we're technically doing right wall strats then, are we? Let's do that. Get around. What's that? It's flowers. It's fine. Okay. Be something here. Could be something here. So it's a maze. Out here, nothing. Could be something in here. just there. This is just ways out. Another way in. So, aha. Wow, okay. Data transfer. X, okay. Is that X or is that a windmill? Or is that... Okay, so we've seen this big statue of this guy. We've seen that structure. So this must be where we need to go. A quick look at this. Taking a reference photo. Okay. So when we come back around to this, this will be basically near enough where we started on this side. Then we can follow that and try and get to this X. It must be X marks the spot, right? Okay, let's do that. Let's get out of here. We know, okay, so yeah. Oh, there we go. What's that, badger? There's a fox. Foxy, off he goes. There's a bit of wildlife in the game as well. Nice little touch. Check out in here. Rock, what's in here? Anything? No. So like I say, once again, massive props to the devs. The visuals are absolutely amazing. Every landscape has just been brilliant. And another one of these. Okay, yeah. So this was the remains we found. Oh, that's interesting. We've not all been related to the remains we found so far, but we found that. I think these are visions from the past, so you can't interact with it. But I assume that means we found it. Did we look through here? Didn't. Quick look in here. Okay. Nothing there. We go back to that. Oh, okay. Doesn't look like there's anything this side. Really? Go in there, it's... windy sound? Does that mean anything? I don't think so. Plant, right? Oh. Okay.
When we go to New Jerusalem,
Remnants of the past.
I'm going to have a cat. He's going to be black and white, and his name is going to be Bean. And I'm going to make sure that he never gets sick, and he never gets old, and he'll be my best friend forever.
Right, okay. So that's new. Remnants of the past. So... Like a vision of things to come. I think you're going to have to get these in different runs, these elected as mayors, but I think we'll probably go with Byron if we can. That's all we know at the moment. Sure. Ah. So I thought those other things were remnants of the past, but we just got that for that. So I really don't know what they are. Like visions, but it doesn't seem to have any purpose. Sort of structure built into this. Okay, what is this? Not a lot. Alright. I suppose you can get up there. Okay. Got to this. Oh, another fox. The fox is flying. Excuse me. Okay, what is this? Can I go up here? No, I don't think so anyway. Ah.
Let us consider the city. What is a city? It is not a gift from the gods, nor the product of nature. Unlike a mountain or a river, it is something that must be built through the deliberate arrangements of material by a mind imposing order on the world. And it is built to serve a purpose. To that end, it has roads and fountains and walls. And to the same end, it has laws and leaders. And though each city is built according to a different plan, all cities must serve their purpose, or they will fall and become ruins. Therefore, we may conclude that a city is also a kind of machine, constructed to improve the life of its citizens.
Okay, that was Stratton. Another little structure. It's glass. Is it glass? It's like some sort of... Not sure what that's meant to be, but you can't interact with it. Right. Okay, we're still going around here. Could have missed something up here quite easily. Right, so we're back at this statue. Oh wow, that's a lot closer than I thought it was. So we're going to go around and we're going to try and find that X marks the spot somewhere there. Shortly. I don't want to get sidetracked too much. Okay, so that's where we drowned. What is that? Goalposts. How is that not a remnant of the past? Okay, fine. Right, so we do need to go over to that statue. Oh, little rabbit. Okay, let's go and check this out.
Just when I thought we'd found all the weird stuff.
Use palm reader. Success. It worked. I made a statue. Well, it half worked. The design wasn't balanced, so it fell over and broke. It was very dramatic, but the good news is that all the works in principle. Imagine what we could do. Redacted, part of the environment. Redacted. Miranda. Trevor 03 audio log.
So, humanity is great. I really believe that, and that's why I'm here. But I have to be honest with you, individual people, not always my favorite. I'm not the smartest guy ever, and I know that. But there are some people, man, some people are just so dumb. I don't even know if they're actually conscious. Sometimes I think their whole lives might be like a dream. They're just stumbling around, no idea what's going on, mumbling some random nonsense. And the thing you have to understand about our time period is that a lot of these people wield enormous power. They run whole countries and corporations. Yeah, that's right. We've handed over our civilization to people I wouldn't trust to tie their own shoelaces. And if they're dumb, then what are we? I don't honestly have an answer to that, so just please try to do better.
Right, so that as well, yes. So that was part of that, this picture here. Where are we? Is it this? No, it's that. So this. Right next to that. Over here somewhere. Okay. Okay, what is this? definitely to this side of it. Well, I'm assuming it's an X marks the spot, but it also could be very wrong. How weird. Question mark. I don't think it's that. Okay. So we came this way before. What could that be? Or could it be that you need that view? So that's actually not X marks the spot. You need to be, if you can even get that view. No. That's too low down. Like that. And there's a gap. Okay. The gap. See that there? It's like there, where that X is. Like there. There's nothing there, we've looked. Very strange. Okay, so we know that. We don't know what it is, but we know that. Found one remain. We haven't found the lab, which is interesting. Let's have one more little look over here. So through the gap. That gap. Is it one of these trees? Something on a tree. Can't get on the tree. There's nothing here. missing here? Okay, well, we always come back to that. So what's this? 1. Okay, this is 1. There we go, we're going to start the puzzle. We ain't got any switches or anything weird. No. Okay. Puzzle number 1. Inversion. Oh no, we've got an inverter now. So, okay, I guess we've got to figure out what this is. Right then. So we've got an inverter. So how does an inverter work? Do that. So it literally just changes one colour to another. Okay. Makes sense. And then what is this? That's like orange. Different colour altogether. So then I can only assume if I connect that as well, we're going to get an orange. No. Doesn't work quite like that. I'll take it. What does that do then? Red. Okay. Interesting. Maybe that is just red, not orange. Doesn't look red. But it's... Oh, of course. What am I doing? Right, we want blue. So that, is it just red? Okay, fine. Probably because the sun's on it. Okay. That, take that, red, take that, do that. And we can convert the blue from that there. Ah, it did work. Okay, fine. Easy. Okay, puzzle 1. What is that? Okay, fine. Puzzle 1 complete.
I think about New Alexandria all the time. But realizing this place was built on its bones just brings it all back even more.
Done.
We were so optimistic when we started. So full of ourselves. Thought we could accomplish anything. And then, in one single moment, it was all gone. I remember a flash, and then just lying there, realizing that my legs had melted. I tried to pull myself away from the fire, but the servos in my arms were broken. If Eustathius hadn't found me... Sorry. Just some old scars.
That sounds pretty horrific. Right, okay, so we're going to 2. Where is 2? That way, okay. Let's go to 2. So that's where we saw the visions of the past. At 2, there's nothing at the back of it. Okay, puzzle 2. Energy maintenance. Right. So we can just do that. For now. this. Connect to that, to there, like that. Okay. Red, which we don't really want because that's going to go across. That's not going to work. So we technically don't need that. Yeah, okay, I do see. Hang on. Hold up. So I think what we need to do is convert the red that way. Yeah. So red to that, to that one, that there. Right, okay, of course. Of course. Let's just put it there for now. Yeah, that's interesting. Because without that set up, okay, yeah, just forget this for now. Still going to be a problem though, right? So, because I could. That obviously break it. Okay, it's wrong anyway. Stop. Ah, that's why. Should be able to take it directly from that, yeah? There you go. That's why. I've put that in a really, really divvy place. Anyway. So put that there, put that there. This is going to give us red. Right, okay, so this is going to give us red, so we'll do that. Like that. And then we'll keep connector, connect that. Like that. Then we can take that. Convert the red. To there. That, keep connections, and just add that. Oh no, have I locked myself out now? Oh, it doesn't matter, doesn't matter. It's all good. Puzzle 2. Puzzle 2, it is complete. Oh yeah. Right, puzzle 2 complete. puzzle 3 is this way. I must admit, these are so useful. You'd get so lost otherwise. Just a quick look up here. I think I've looked at a lot of these areas, but not from this side. There might only be one remain here. Okay, another one of these little structures. Nothing in here. Okay. Doesn't look like there is. Quick look behind the rocks. Quick look in here. No, maybe looked in here anyway. Okay, is this the one we did? I don't think it is. No, okay. Founding 3. Hypatia's Journal. Volume 1. The Founding of New Jerusalem. Day 42. We broke ground on the first of the permanent structures today. A large hall that will eventually be converted into a performance and exhibition space. My idea. Although for now, we'll use it as a workshop. It's strange, this place. There's a lot of open space and I didn't think that I would find it so unusual, but I suppose we all spent more time at the dam than was originally planned, and now it's difficult to get used to not having that low ceiling over our heads. It's probably just me. Byron loves being outside and is always volunteering for scavenging missions. Lathrizar usually tags along, although he seems more fascinated with observing nature and various weird creatures. At night, I sometimes catch myself standing by the door, not because I have guard duty, just watching the stars. It's oddly comforting to think that they've always been there, that they watched our ancestors standing where I now stand. Message fragment 5358. We finished setting up the external site at the lake. The area is so stunning, we forgot about the experiment for a while and went for a long walk. The ways in which all the different aspects of the nature interact with each other are endlessly fascinating to me, and the sheer variety of living things even on a simple green meadow. Sadly, we then stumbled onto the carcass of a deer that had been torn apart by wolves. It must have suffered enormously, and thinking about that made me feel truly terrible. There is so much pain in nature. Ecosystem engineers. Cutting down swaths of trees for their building projects, thoughtlessly causing radical changes to large environments and forcing local species to adapt to their artificial habitats. These are the traits of a species of intelligence, industrious, and extremely impactful ecosystem engineers. Humans. No, I'm talking about beavers. Like us, beavers transform their environments via building, and their actions have real consequences, creating vast wetlands that some species thrive in. While others die, human activity is very similar. We too are ecosystem engineers, and we too benefit from some species while harming others. Everything about this is completely natural, including the damage to other species. After all, that's what competition and evolution is all about. Those species that adapt to the ecosystem we create will, over the coming millennia, become the core of new biodiversity. And so evolution runs its course. If we don't like this result, if we think some species should be preserved despite being out-competed, well, that's anything but natural. It is, however, very human. Miranda. It's fascinating how so much of what we do is common in animals, but furthered enormously by our intelligence and our ability to remember, though us, the universe, strives to a greater level of complexity. Fail to load profile. But does the universe have the capacity to strive for anything? We must be careful to avoid projecting human values onto the cosmos. Okay, so it sounds like beavers created this land, this particular area. If you didn't know, that is what beavers do. Okay. Oh, let's go and talk to Alcatraz.
What can I do for you, 1K?
What do you make of Pandora?
It's pretty clear to me that she doesn't want us to proceed with what we're doing. I find that deeply concerning. That said, there are clearly other forces at play here as well, so I'm trying my best to remain open to a more positive interpretation.
One of these beings called us here after all.
Exactly. But we don't really understand anything yet, and this Prometheus is suspiciously absent, so I remain cautious.
That's all. Okay. So 3, there we are. No switches. Third puzzle. There and back again. Okay, this is going to be repetitive by the sounds of it. So I've noticed a lot of these symbols in these puzzles on this island. I wonder if they have any meaning. We'll see. We will see. Okay, so that's there. We have a converter. Can that reach there? It can. Excuse me. Oh, wow. Ah, okay. And then RGB. So, can we reach that? No. Alright. So that's blue and that's red. Interesting. No, we can't do that. What's... does that open this door from the other side? It's quite possible, so let's try that. Okay, so it's 2 for that door. Right, that's going to get rid of it anyway. We can just do it from there though. So like that. Or not. Okay, we can't like that, okay. Let's just put it here for a minute. Do that. And connect here. Like that. Do that. Connect that to here. Like that. I only assume that holds that door open. It does. Good. Then that's firing blue, which fired anyway. So that's blue. So then we need to... Okay, yeah, I see. Right. Let's see what I need to do, but that is going to get in the way. Unless... No, I can do it. So we do that. Oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work, because we need the blue. So we need that to be like here. So I can do that the other side of it. Okay, alright. So we'll do this. And that again. So we need to keep this door open. We do that. And this. We need to put it like out the way here, like that. Should still be able to see it there, good. Get rid of that. Now we should be able to put that on there. connect that, hopefully, yep. So that holds that. Now we can take that one. We should be able to convert the blue into red. Okay, now we've got the RGB converter. Now I need to get back. Where do we go? Over here. Okay. Yeah, I see. So you've got to work your way backwards. Oh, yeah, I see. That's what it said, back and forth. Okay, now you don't need this. It's blue, but we're not going to make it red. The RGB converter needs two colours. Blue, we can't, can we? Can we? No, we can't see that. Can we not see it? Oh, that's such a shame. Right. Okay. No, because it'll make it green. What happens there then? Just intrigued. So if we take blue and red. Oh. I know it makes green. Oh wow, okay. To take that and that. Place it there. So what happens if this gets green on it? Does it just work like that? No. So it inverts colours, but it doesn't invert green. Just wondered. Okay. So what we need to do is this again, don't we? So we need to convert red to there. And we can grab this one. And we can do red. So that. Like that, I guess. Excuse me. No, that's not going to work. What we need to do is like this. Red, so we bring the other one through. Take this. Oh, we need the blue though, don't we? Which will be from that to there. Take this. Do that. To say that and that, like that. Nice. Okay, lovely. So there's a little statue in here. What are these symbols? They mean something. I'll find out.
Well done, 1K. Keep going.
Another puzzle we defeated. Right, so that's puzzle number 3. Puzzle number 4 is this way. I didn't see any of the triangle puzzles when we explored earlier. So we need to do them as well. We haven't found the lab either. Oh, another fox. Little foxy. So, yeah, we need to figure that out. Where's the lab? Interesting. Okay, so there seems to be a bit of an area around this. This statue. Does that work? Oh, it might have been. Where we were earlier. Yeah, I've not found the lab or the other puzzles, which is strange. We'll find them. But while we search, we do puzzles. There's 4. Nothing, no switches. Okay, puzzle 4. Refraction. Okay, what's around here? Nothing. What's around here? Nothing. Right, so, okay. So blue makes red. So we'll get blue connected to red. Another inverter, that's easy enough. Okay, so we can go through here, but we can't, so it's just blue. That's going to make red, which is going to make it blue anyway. Surely it's not that easy. Surely not. Sure. Oh, I've disconnected it now. Can't be that easy. No, it's not, is it? Because, yeah, put it backwards. So we need to do that one first. And then reverse it, yeah, I get you. And then reverse the process. So that makes red, which makes that blue. Can't do that without that. Oh yeah, we can just go direct though, can't we? No, we can't. We can't. We cannot do it. Yeah, there's one here, so this gonna need that somehow. Send it back again. We've got blue that makes red. Red would make blue. Nice and easy there. Can't. Blue would then make red. Which we don't want. We need to take from that. We need to take the red first. There's nothing else. We can't take that out. Okay, so it's kind of counterintuitive. We need to move this about, I think. Right, keep connections. So that kind of can go like here. Yeah, I see. It's going to get in the way. Can't connect. I can only assume if I also connect that, it's going to cause a problem. Ah. Oh, I didn't know it did that. How does that work? Okay, then what happens if I move that out of the way? How does that even work? Okay, fine. I'll take it. We can do that. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Oh, we can do that, but we don't want to do that. To be fair, don't really matter. So I think we needed blue anyway, so let's just do that. Okay. Well, there's a little bit of tech I didn't realise. Does kind of work. You can have multiple colours connected, and then it keep it when you remove them. So that's good to know. Didn't know it's going to work. Puzzle 4 completed. Puzzle 5 this way. Okay, so we know that's there. There's nothing else in there. So where is this lab? We didn't go around there. It doesn't look like there's a lot. We'll have a quick look here. There might be. What's this one? 6, okay. Okay, strange. Finding the other bits and bobs we need. Ah, what's this? Ah, there we go. We've got a little... a little Prometheus spark. Okay, social media. The mystery of Miranda. Oh. Touch grass achievement. Read tense social message. Things. Right. Why do we think Miranda is from Earth? There is no evidence to support this idea. I'd like to hear more about these other attempts to save humanity. I really don't think it's aliens, Jacques. Everything here is obviously related to New Jerusalem. I'd like to hear more about these attempts to save humanity. Some people affiliated with the Institute for Applied Neomatics tried to set up a secondary site at another dam, but after about a century, the dam collapsed and took whatever was happening inside that system with it. There was also a similar attempt by another organisation, but without the test of free will that Alexandra Drennan devised, according to Lithbrezer, it never produced a viable mind before it ran out of power. Could there still be others out there? Theoretically, yes, but even our own dam would have collapsed without extensive repairs, and even a nuclear power plant would have run out of fuel by now. Right, okay. Cat sitting advice. So if you haven't seen the previous storylines to this, Bruce is Byron's cat, and Melville hates this cat because she's an engineer and it keeps getting in all the cables, chewing the cables, peeing all over everything, stuff like that. So, and then you've got Yakut here. No, Bruce, he's just a bastard. He loves peeing on everything electrical, chewing on cables, and generally just breaking stuff. This is normal, and I warn you, Pellegrino, I couldn't have given him to Neith. She's used to him. But he's so fussy, and I love him. Ah, cats. Paris. Paris was an ancient city, sometimes called the City of Light, one of the great capitals of the world, home to tradition and innovation alike. It was a birthplace of one of the greatest revolutions in history, the moment that gave birth to that modernity in all its glories and horrors alike. The spirit of freedom was born here, although it was suppressed by enemies and traitors, never entirely faded, and it lived on in the minds of artists for many generations. Maybe something of that spirit still remains in us. Okay. Up to date with our social media. Okay, so we've got another spark, which I'm trying not to use because I think they're like hints. Okay, so we're trying to find wall, another wall. We'll find 5, I think. No, I've gone off the path. We've got to find the path again. Should have gone the other way. Ah, yeah, so we went past here. Ah, triangle. Triangle 1. Okay, so this might be an achievement one. We'll see. Transposition. Okay, I don't think this is. So these are a little bit, I would say a little bit trickier than your standard puzzles. Right, so we've got a jammer, we've got that there. This here. So that's blue. Right, okay, so let's take the jammer and jam that. Red there. Okay, red opens the gate. Okay, we got this. So we can do... Okay, right. Duh. Can't bring that through there, can I? So what we can potentially do is that. We'll go here. We'll convert blue to red though, which isn't very helpful. That opens that gate. Hey? Maybe you need them both. Okay, so what we can do... Oh, no, we can't. Right, I see. Can't take that through. We can jam that, though. Can't get through there. Numpty. Right, put that there. So where's the blue? Blue's over there. There is no red. Need the jammer out. No, that's not going to work. What? I mean, it's not going to work because this is there, but then you could do that and then jam that. Then I can't get through. Oh, I don't need to jam it now. There you go. Right, there you go. And then take this. Hole there. Because we need red. Red, yeah. So we can do keep. No, we don't need to keep connections. We need to get rid of connections. We can do that to that. Why is it not connecting? Oh yeah, because that is just that. that to, yeah, so you're not going to be able to see it. Okay, fine. I mean, I could have through there. Well, I had it. Seen that? Then surely that doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway. We know that happens, and we know that happens. Ah, okay. What has that done? Anything? Okay, so we need both to power it. Okay. Right, at least I know that now. There's no other walls. You can't see. You can't do both. That's very strange. You can't possibly do both, right? So I'm missing something very obvious here. Take that jump out, that's going to close. Obviously there won't be anything in there. There's no other walls. It's not a jammer. There's no other walls that this is useful for. That's the only way to get that angle. Onto that. And then the assumption potentially like last time. No, I'm going to be firing red back at it, so why would you need this? This is going to take a moment. To get the angle, you can only connect to one. We need I mean, sort of can see that. And it can't see that. Can't understand this with one connector. I mean, this is totally useless, really. Can only do one thing, which is this. To get the right angle there. That then can't see anything. So we keep connections, select that. So do that. Let's jam. And we don't need to jam that. We can unjam that. Right. Now the issue we have keep connections, do that, connect. It's red. I think I understand from earlier. Okay, yeah, I think I understand now. I think I can keep that working. I think I need to deselect the blue because then it keeps, hang on. Right, keep connections. No, it won't work, will it? It will not work, it will not work. Because you can deselect that, but then that won't work. Just pick it up, it stops working. Next. Connected while it was still in your hand. I could deselect it. Why do you need this hole? Keep it open. Which is no good anyway. Oh dear. Yeah, but it can't do it without that. Maybe it can. Maybe it can. So I have to do it again though. So keep connections. Put it here. Select that. You can't. Yeah, you can't. You can't hit both of those. Oh, it's so close, but you can't. Because then it'd be powered from that. Right, okay. I somehow need to get blue into this. Because if I can get... to that one. Oh, we have way too many connections now, but anyway, do that. side to change back round. Can't get that through to make that blue. Missing something there. And you obviously can't connect to that. No. Oh, need to do that. There we go. So that's there. Keep connections. Stop going through the thing. Right, keep connect. Oh, I can pass it through though. Oh, you plonker, Rodney. Forgot I could pass through the hole. Right. So we swap them around. Right, there we go. So then we take the inverter, connect it to that, connect it to that, and place it here. Come back through. I knew the hole had to be for a reason. Connect it to that and that. Right, it's as simple as you can get. There we go. Well, took longer than it should have, but I forgot I could pass through the hole, so there we go. It is what it is.
I sent the drone to have a look at one of the other puzzle clusters. It seems they remain inert until they're connected. I uploaded the pictures to the log.
Should we check them out with the VTOL?
Let's conserve fuel as much as we can. There's no point in going there if it's all dead.
No, but I wanted to go. Wait, is this thing still on?
Okay, so that's a triangle done. Possibly. We will find the lab at some point. Right, let's try and get our bearings. 5. We're actually on 5. That's handy. Okay. It's right next to 5. It's just over there. So it's not that triggers the door. Okay, so yeah. This is 5, right? Yeah, 5. Let's go in here. Imprisoned. Okay. Right. Okay. And that opens that one. Interesting. What's this? Yeah, okay. Converter. So there must be a way. Or not. So jammers. I'm not going to be able to switch that from this side with anything. Interesting. Right, okay. So what we can do is we connect that and connect that, and then we do that. Come around here, turn that off. Then we that's going to break it. Right, okay. Right, what we do is we then take this and attach that. Now that should stay. If I remove this. Right. And that's inside. Oh, okay. Inside there, which is blue. Just do that, like that. Nice and quick. We've got this. We've got this. Right, 5 is complete. Okay, 6. Still need to find the other triangle puzzle. Look over here. What's this one? Is this the Golden Gates? Ah, there it is. Found it. Second triangle. Ah, look. That's the X. I think that's the X. That's the X. Is that the X that's on here? So completing this then, I'm hoping, is what we need to do. Okay. Pre-connected. So I can grab that. Okay, it must be to complete this. Right, okay, so I need to grab that through. Drop that on there. Right. We got any? Have we got any? Right. We need some lasers. Oh, we got a red one there. Okay. Okay, but we can't. Don't really need this for now. Okay, let's move that. Put that there. Move that. Put that there. So we've got red. We need to do that. We're not going to be able to do that. So there. That's what we need. Don't think we'll see that, will we? No. Okay. So blue. I mean, we're not going to be able to do that either. Interesting. We need to get that out first. That does not do that. Can't get that there. And technically it's doing nothing anyway, so it's really going to help us though, is it? Could possibly pass it through. Connect to that one. But that'll unlock that. fine. I can. That's the next stage, though. Could, but then I can't get through here. That is my problem. Actually, I can, right. I figured it out. Wasn't that complicated. Connect that to that. Then we come on this side. Do that. So then that's connected. We can bring it. Of course, right, okay. So let's open that. I mean, in fairness, you can also open that column. Go. Oh. Ah. Right, I see. It's a little bit like earlier. So we take that off. So we can go through here. Right, okay. It's going to be red. Oops, maybe it's red. Yeah. So we need to connect that. And we can't see it yet. We're going to need to put this back here, but we need to put it on there. Like that, I guess. Assuming that will see it. Get this one, bring it through. Connect that to that. No, that needs to connect directly. What am I on about? Alright, deselect all. That needs to connect directly. So while that's like that, this needs to connect directly. Oh, I haven't done that well. Okay. Let's move it along to there, say. Now I can see it. That comes through to there. Keep connections and then to there. Oh. Ah, I've disconnected it. It's fine. That to that. Nice. Nice. Okay. Another one solved. Right. So that's another triangle completed. What were we on? Puzzle 6, I think? Aha, found the lab.
Every site we've investigated has had one of these labs, but they seem primitive compared to some of the technology we're seeing above ground.
Are we even sure that the labs and the puzzles belong to the same people?
There seems to be a connection between the experimental setups in the labs and some of the puzzle technology.
Correlation does not necessarily imply causation, though.
True. But just because we don't understand the connection, that doesn't mean it's not there. What we have here is two things that reflect each other. We just don't understand how that reflection works or what causes it.
Maybe Miranda can tell us.
Maybe she can. Oh. Well, that reacts to me when I get near it. Okay. The end draft. After a lifetime dedicated to the written word, I'm faced with a task I could never have accepted. Writing an epitaph, not only for myself, but for my species. In the unlikely event that Alexandra Drennan is successful, and one day someone reads this, what meaningful insights can I share into this strange phenomenon that is humanity? I've spent days thinking about it, but now I'm running out of time. So I'll set down the one thought that I simply can't shake. It didn't have to be this way. With more time, we could have found a cure. With a few political victories, we could have been prepared. Change any factor, even by a little, and we would have made it. This isn't divine punishment, it's just dumb luck. I'm reaching for something here, but I don't know what it is. Forgiveness, grace, acceptance? No, I hate the idea of accepting this. Hope? Maybe. I feel like this story is unfinished. Maybe it should be. No epitaphs for humanity. I pray Drennan is right. Miranda. It didn't have to be this way. Failed to load profile, and yet it was. Failed to load profile, failed to load comment. Right, Sharon. From 51 Tales by Lord Dunsany. Right, I'm not going to read all of this one. So grey things. Cleopatra. What's another stories? The one man came alone, and the little shade sat shivering. And the great weary Sharon rode on, and beside the little silent shivering ghost. The sound of the rizzle is like a mighty sigh of grief. When the boat was, then the boat from the slow grey river loomed. Wearily back to the world, and the little shadow spoke. I am the last, he said. No one had ever made Sharon smile before. No one before had ever made him weep. Miranda, there is an obvious and perhaps intended interpretation that this is the end of humanity, and the last shadow is the last human to live. But another interpretation is equally possible, that humanity has achieved immortality, and the last shadow is the last human to die. I prefer the latter. Okay, Neoma Project 4, progress notes. Same problem as with trial 108, repeated all calculations. 7479, same result, weird. Experiment modified to gain further insights into unexpected error, inconsistent results. Simultaneous trials affecting each other via unknown mechanism. What is going on here? All right. Interesting. Right, seems to be the only terminal in here. Alright, let's go. We found the lab. Straight. Oh, in here. Please. We see this on the golden door as well. I think it's to find the labs. So you want to check if that was the case. Okay, let's just do that quick. So I want to know what's unlocking that door. So there, it was just past 5. 8. That's 8. Saw that. Okay, so it's this direction from 5. Let's use the 8. All the way around. And it's here. No. Okay. So what is unlocking that door? I don't think it's the stars, but maybe it's getting the stars. Okay, so 6. A quick look in this. Just to see if there's anything here. The 6 is over there. Okay, puzzle 6 then. Hidden. Yeah, exactly, hidden. So where? Oh, let's get them both through. Interesting, okay. Hidden. Ah, the red one's hidden. Okay. Right. Okay. So, what's this side? No. No way of doing anything there. So there's red there, look. So that'll, I'm not sure what that'll unlock actually, but hopefully that gate. So we'll connect that to that connector. And then to this. Okay, I think so. Connect that, and then connect that again. Like that. Okay, it does open that gate. Yeah. Which is how I get that through. So I need that connector through. Open that gate. Over there. That's how I get to that. And then Interesting. So we don't really need that yet. We need to open that gate first. And then we get direct. Okay, so let's just try this. And no, it's not going to work, but it will from that. Which will then open that gate. Keep connections, then we hit that. Connect. It's blue there. What does that do? Okay. So, okay, either or. Can't just connect that to that. Shame. Shame. Okay, so that does that. And I don't need this to be there. I mean, why is that going to help though? I can do that, so there. Place it there for a minute. Disconnect this. That'll go through there to there. So I could do it from there to there now. Don't know how this helps me much. Although I can't because I put that in a silly place. Can that connect? Oh. No, it doesn't. Right there. To there. No. There. To there. And then we'll take this out. So there. To there. Shouldn't matter. Right. Now we take this one. It's not really going to make any difference, is it? We can connect that to that. It's basically what I did anyway. Ah, right, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, no, I get it. Right, keep connections, because we do need that, but we can also connect it to that. So if we can go like that. Right, and we don't need this. Keeps that open, and we're in. Lovely. Smashed it. Okay. So we've got all the puzzles we need, but we still have a couple more to complete. It's telling me to go that way, which is not very useful. But 7 and 8 are this way as well. Okay, is this the same? Can I talk to him? No. Is this the same one we saw earlier? Okay, we did see it from a distance, yeah. This isn't the one we need to do though yet, I don't think. So that, come around, that was 6. So we come around here. Let me assume this is going to be 7. It is. Puzzle number 7. Backward propagation. Right. And that's... Oh, okay. I mean, can you imagine? Just get that straight through there. That would be far too easy. Red. Ah, what's this? Gets rid of that, not a problem. Okay. So hit that. Not that. Oh, okay, you can't do that. Put that there. Okay. Okay, I see. Should be able to see it. Yeah, you can connect to there, but then you can't connect to them. That'd be red. Interesting. Yeah, no. No. Can't bring that through. We've got red, so the only thing we can do is connect red. Yeah, okay. Which will... Okay, yeah. Let's connect that to that, and then connect. Step on this. Okay, it's not going to work. Yeah. You fool. Right, put that there. Let's connect this first. Connect that to that. Maybe to that. I don't know, but I don't think that's going to do a lot. Alright, then it'll be this. Connect that to that, like that. Then step on this. Haha. Of course. Of course. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, okay. Of course that does that. I mean, yeah, you can't connect. You can though, can't you? It's like earlier where you can't add another connection. It's already connected, right? So you can't connect again. Okay, so we need to connect. Let's connect into everything. It's not really going to help us. You can do that, it will do that. It's all well and good. Backwards propagation. Can't. It's got to be to do with the positioning. Of course. Keep connections and connect that as well. So that. think this could be the other one that connects to that. Let's just connect everything. Like this. And then we take inverter, we connect that. That. And that. A bit mad with connections, but anyway, so that. Ah, now that's gone red, right. It's kind of what I wanted to happen. So we've also got... I'm going to keep... The problem is I'm going to keep blocking the connection. Ah! Ah, there we go. Fine. It's stayed fine. For me... We don't need that. We can select that now and do that. Connect. I see. So we keep connections, and we could do it to that as well. Do that. And then we're in. Interesting, that one.
Every one of these clouds seems to contain exactly the same amount of energy.
7 is done. Okay, so we need 8. 8 is this way. Another fox. 8 is this way. Came here earlier. Nothing in these woods. Right. Right. There's the path. It's just taking me around here. Right, okay. Switch to that. There's nothing there. I can only assume it's this way. I'm pretty sure it is. Yep. Oh, just have a quick look at this. I walk in the garden without fear as stars swirl across the sky, and I stand amongst the tall lilies who lift their faces to the passing eons. Here I will do no harm, and no harm will come to me, for at last my long journey is over, and I am at home. Beautiful, makes me feel calm and happy. This is my new favourite of yours, I think, although maybe step by step towards the Nightingales might still win out. Let's say it's a tie. The words are definitely beautiful, but to me it seems like a poem about death. An inspiring poem about being happy where you are. I don't think our journey is over. Maybe it never will be over. Also, I feel it's about death. Will come to me, for at last my long journey is over, and I am at home. That's how you perceive it, I guess. I don't think our journey is over. Maybe it never will be. Maybe it will never be over. Yeah. That's my greatest dream. That all this is just a momentary stop, a place where we rest for a little while before we go on new adventures. Interesting. I always thought of humanity's journey as a long, exhausting, and a search for home. Homes are important, but we are wanderers, Imesh. We need new horizons. And the more we travel, the more we perceive our homes with new eyes and find more to love. Wow, a response from Byron himself. Thank you for your thoughts, everyone. I really appreciate them. Okay. Puzzle 8. Positional interchange. Right, okay. Ah, there is another one I was going to say. How does that work? So as soon as I take that off, that's going to close. Yeah. So, okay. Is there the only way to do that as well, which is interesting. So, okay, so it's a fan. Have we got any lasers in it? Ah, there. Right, so we've got a blue laser there, which could connect to that, which doesn't really help. Actually, it might. And go through there. Okay, fine, yeah, that works. So we need to connect that to that, like that. To keep connections and connect to that. Like that. That'll send that into the sky. Take inverter and drop. Take that off. Can I take this fan? No. Can that connect to that and that? No, I think this just flies off. Yeah. We could go on to that. I think that's how you do that. Okay. So take connector, put it back, put that there, grab that, connect to that one, connect to that one, put it on top. Ah. Interesting. Right, okay, hang on. I think we can do that. Grab this one. Blue makes red, red makes blue. Yeah. So bump, bump, curves. Thought that might happen. Okay, cancel that. So we've got, okay, yeah, so we'll take that blue one, connect it there. Right, take inverter, put it down. Keep connections, just place it there for a sec. Take inverter, connect that to that, put that there. It's up in the air, it's going to keep breaking, we know. But if I place that there, it won't. It will now stay up there. Yeah, okay, right, I've got this, I've got this. Then we keep connections, drop that. It's already up there, fine. Problem is now I can't create that connection. How do I stop it? I can't. From there. Oh, I needed to connect it further, okay. Right. Take connection. Connect that. Keep connections. Let's connect it to that as well. And that. You don't put it on there yet. Okay, it's blocked, good. Why is it connected to that? Oh, actually, I do want it connected to that. That's fine. I broke the connection somehow there. Ah. Blue to that red. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to have to swap these over as well. Oh, wow. Okay. Alright, so select that. Connections are right for this, I think. So we'll do that. That then stays. So I can remove this. That means once I break that, we're going to have a problem. I think we can do it from there. Right, I can do that and that. I'll keep that in the air. You can do it from there as well. Because what I can do is keep connections put on there. Lovely. And I can take this connector. Okay, that's keeping that in the air. Right, so we need... Okay, yeah. Blue to... Okay, come over here. Bit spicy. Is that going to get in the way? Blue to blue and connect there. Okay, they're not in the way. Perfect. How do I get that red? It's going to be in the way. Can be red with that one. Potentially. So red with that can be like here. So that blue is keeping that right. Ah. I can't get it out of there. What happens? The red needs to be here. I can't get that out. If that was out, I could just make that red. I mean, I technically don't need this, right? No. Just going to make that red. That's not going to work. I can assure you that is going to interfere. Yeah. Assistant. Hey. It's taken me a minute. Then needs to be fed with red. Take that, hit that, and do that. And then take that, take that. Connect, okay, so take that, and then connect that as well. Ah. Thought they would miss. So keep connections. Place it here. There it is. Oh my god, we got there. At least we unlocked another achievement. That was a little bit tricky. Just trying not to get the lines to cross was the tricky bit there. Nice, right, we've done all of those. Right, so now we've got to... Right, so we found the lab. We found that. Have we got any more question marks? We know that's the tower. That is... Is that the lab? No, that's the lab. What's that then? Let's have a look and see what this is. Oh, there's a wall there. Ah, I think that's just 5. No, it's not. Yeah, 5 and 4 together. Okay. And we've done all of those. Okay. So now we need to go back to that statue because it looked like it was that particular puzzle, right? So that statue is going to be this one. See if we've got a star for that. Personally, I don't think so because it didn't make that noise. But we'll have a look. Nothing here, no. Okay. Okay, so there is... Let's see that there. Maybe we need to go back there now. We need to go back there now. Okay. Over here. Looks like it's over here. Aha! A switch. How did I not see that earlier? Gotta be mad, man. Maybe it wasn't there earlier. Had to do that puzzle first. Right, so now we need to go back. In fact, I'm pretty sure it wasn't there earlier. back to the star. Oh, okay, so when it's there, it blinks as well. See there at the top. Nice. Found one remain. Ancestors' remains. Don't think there's any more. And there we go. There she is.
The wheel turns, but without the road, it cannot move.
Can't go through that. Okay, let's go down here. Right, so now we can go back to the start. Somewhere here, there it is. Okay. All puzzles done. Let's create this bridge. Select these. Rotate. That's definitely not right. Right, that one. Seems to be the only way to go. Place that. Select piece. Rotate. Rotate, there we go. Right, then it's probably this piece. Rotate. Yeah. And then rotate. Nice. Right, we'll place this first because we don't really know just yet. Yeah, place. We'll probably do that. That's not going to work, is it? Oh, it did work. There you go. Nice. Pretty quick. Is there anything on here? So now we're going to enter this weird tower. Well, in the next one anyway. So there we have it. The Eastern Wetlands are complete. And we're going to leave it there for today. And in the next episode, we are going to enter this new futuristic tower. It's a bit like a spider. Again, thank you very much for watching, everyone. And I'll see you in the next one as I fall off an edge. And remember, we've got this.